Hey everyone, welcome into another episode, another edition of Floaty Live. And we are back with our collection spotlights. Welcome in. I'm your host, Ben, at We Go Live in 5, and I'm real happy to be joined here by Luca, at Luca Tinkerer on Twitter. You may know him as the creator or co-creator of Flovatar, which is the topic of our collection spotlight. So Luca, thanks so much for being on. How you doing today?
Hi, thanks for so much for inviting me, and yeah, it's great to be here and all good.
It looks like we got the sound and the background all solved. Yeah, in
Yes,
the
I'm
background. So
in a hotel in the middle of of a place where you'll hear noises every now and then, but hopefully it will
maybe,
be all good.
maybe we'll get a colorful visitor, pop up
Yes,
behind your head to say
exactly.
hi. They don't know what they're doing, but hey,
Some Italian saying what
yeah.
with a hand
is
gesture.
this a show? Are we alive? Yeah. Um, so before we get started, if you've watched Floaty Live before, you know the drill. Just want to briefly talk financial disclosure. So please be advised, everyone, that the following program and all subsequent postings and publications resulting from it is not to be construed as financial advice. Please use caution and operate within a budget that suits you when transacting on Floaty, including purchasing, offering, renting, and loaning or borrowing. Floaty.io does not provide financial advice or recommendations. We always have to do that just to cover our butts.
Always
Just
good
to
to do
cover our
it.
butts. Yeah. But we
Always
will,
remember.
I will say, we try not to talk about, purchasing and selling and stuff, but we will be talking briefly about rentals on Floaty, especially with the Dust launch. So I'll get into that in a little bit. Additionally, we have 3 items to give away: two Flovatar components, backwards baseball cap, and pair of headphones, as well as a rare boost. So stick around. I have some trivia questions. I have some trivia questions that are very random because normally we give away Top Shot moments or all day moments, so it's easy to think of trivia for players. I had to get creative. Yeah, I had to get creative, but we'll get there. One other news item before we jump into Flovatar and Dust. Everyone be on the lookout. We just released a special edition of the Floaty newsletter dealing with NFT metadata standards. So if you are building on the Flow blockchain, if you're thinking about it, if you think someone could use some assistance in terms of any visuals or coding for displaying their collection, just go ahead and check out the latest Floaty newsletter, check out our Twitter feed, and sign up for the newsletter as well. The link to sign up is in the bio. All right, that's all out of the way. How have things been at Flovatar since your Dust launch? I want to say that was probably one of the more exciting things, one of the bigger, more exciting things on the Flow blockchain in the last few months. So how have things been for you guys, the community, everything?
Yeah, it's been pretty busy and super exciting for sure because it has been in the works for quite a while, and we've been preparing it. And the token in itself was the easy part to prepare, but more than that, all the utilities and everything that evolves around that there was a big work behind it, and yeah, it's so nice to be finally able to share it with the community. Because until then we were building, but then people couldn't use it, and now finally it was a big party and a lot of things going on.
Is it? Are you happy with how things rolled out? I mean, it seemed. I think maybe there was like a 1 or 2 hour delay, and that was it. Everything seems smooth. I've been claiming my Dust. It's a really seamless process. Have you guys encountered like any other major issues, or it's been pretty smooth?
Yes, generally it has been pretty smooth. There was just a couple of small things that they're a bit harder to test because some whales, for example, had 100 Flovatars or more, and for them we were encountering some computational limit on Flow, so I had to put the Dust claiming in batches for them, small things like that. But in general, for normal people, it worked pretty smoothly.
For those with just a few Flovatar avatars. So I was going to save this, I guess, sort of for later, but we were just talking behind the scenes about your background. So, I mean, I know you're the creator of Flovatar. What's your role currently with Flovatar?
Well, yeah, I am the main creator. I had this idea back. It was April 21. That's when I all started, and now, yeah, I'm still the CEO, the main developer, and I coordinate a little bit everything. And yeah, I have a great team with me. We have Spencer, all the community rep, Chaos, Garlic, Lone Star, Wild Turkey, Jenna, Marlin, and so many others that are helping. And yeah, it's been great. And yeah.
That was like an award speech. I want to thank my
Thank
team,
you.
everyone on my
Thank
team.
everyone.
No, you got.
And I'm sure I'm gonna forget someone, but everyone.
Yeah, no, I will say you guys have a great team. I just saw the announcement. I forget exactly who posted it, but the announcement about a Dust Odyssey, which honestly,
Yes.
I was not aware. Of. I knew Flovatar was branching out to some type of not animation, but it seemed like a comic where the brand was growing, and that was part of, you can now name your Flovatar, you can now have a bio. So yeah, if you can talk to me a little bit about how this Dust Odyssey came to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we wanted. This is one of the things that it's coming from a long way, because we started back in February 22, and we wanted to build the lore behind Flovatar to give some background story about where Flovatars are coming from, what they're about, and something that is a bit more than just an NFT. And we started developing this story with the goal to, first of all, to have the community always at the center. And we've been building with Jenna is writing the story, is helping to write the story, and he's doing a really great job. And we released so far 10 episodes that are illustrated. We call it an illustrated podcast. So we illustrated the first few episodes, and now we are in the process.
I love that term. I really love that term.
So we didn't do a fully animated movie because it would have been too complicated and too time consuming. But at the same time, we wanted to give some visual reference to put the people inside the Flovatar world, and also to build the world of Flovatar, so that people, a little bit like, imagine like Star Wars or Star Trek. It's not just a movie, it's a world where you can build things, you can have spin-off series, you can have many different sub-stories within it. And what we're building really, it's a framework where people will be able to create and also be part of the story. And we have so many. Sorry, a bit of background sound. We have we have so many cameos in the story as well, where Flovatar community members take part in the story. So you will see some of them appearing here and there in every episode. And we are developing the story on a weekly basis. We are releasing new episodes that you can follow on YouTube, but also on all the major podcast platforms. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, etc., etc. And yeah, it's been great because it's been a ever evolving story, and it's bringing a lot of concepts and new take on the Flovatar world that people are enjoying a lot so far. And it has been great, and has been having a great feedback, and it's super nice to bring them to life, and to see how it's and where it's gonna lead to. And the first 5 episodes we illustrated ourselves, but now we are trying to create a framework and a way to allow community members to create part of the illustrations.
Oh wow!
However they want, with any medium they like. There are now tools that are really powerful, even AI tools that can make illustrations. We are preparing a package, creative package that they can use to have all the characters that they can position. So we want really the community to be have an active role in it. And we hope that they will come up with great illustrations for every episode, so that they will also have a different twist, a different flavor for each one. And we just released episode 10 today, actually. And yeah, it's been great.
I have to go catch up. I mean, I love this. Talk about, and you don't even have to call it utility or consider it utility, because it's just something awesome to provide to the community. Even a non-Flovatar owner can enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. We want to expand it also and also people that are not crypto enthusiasts could enjoy, and all the family and anyone that you can share and that people might enjoy. I mean, know about Flovatar this way.
That's how you bridge to the non-NFT people. Say,
exactly.
Hey, NFT. This is not this here is not a pyramid scheme or anything. That we're putting out a legitimate cartoon and a visual podcast. Who does the readings? Because very good voice for whoever is voicing.
We have professional voice actors that we hired, that we selected. Took a lot of time to find the right ones, it's been great. We have the main narrator voice that we call him Morgan Freeman, because he has a deep voice like Morgan Freeman. It's not the real Morgan Freeman, of course, but
hey, one day. But this is only season 1. Wait until like season 3 or 4, and then
we'll bring the real one.
Yeah,
exactly. And Spencer, our creative director, has been doing an amazing job with the illustrations. But besides doing all the Flovatar traits and flow bits, he's been doing also all the illustrations, and of course he's been amazing as always.
For sure. Oh yeah. And I want to announce, I'll flash this on the screen again for those watching. Flovatar saying they want to see your vision for the podcast. Check in on their Discord, on Flovatar's Discord, to find out how to get involved. If you want, after the show, I'll update the show description, and I'll drop a link to the Flovatar Discord as well. Easy to find you guys on Twitter, though, at Flovatar. Don't really have to overthink that or anything. Here, the one other question I had when it comes to dust, and this isn't really a question, but I think I just want to hear your thoughts on reasoning for the number of mints. So correct me if I'm wrong, but 500 million, I guess, units of dust were minted, and I know, some people are claiming it, and some can be burned for the Psyche-Likey avatar. But yeah, I mean, I think minting 500 million units like that announces to the world and to the community, we're here to stay. That announces to the world something like Dust Odyssey isn't just season 1, it's season 1 of, So yeah, if you can just, I guess, speak a little bit more to how you see that factoring into the long-term vision of Flovatar.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, first of all, the main important thing of the Dust token is that we build it from the beginning with a deflationary structure in mind. So every time you use a utility, by creating a Psyche-Likey, by upgrading your flow bits, by giving a name to your Flovatar, downloading the 3D model and all those great utilities that we build, you don't actually give it back to us, but we burn it. They're gone, and they will be gone forever. And we planned it to distribute the vast majority, the 40% of it, to the Flovatar owners over a period of 10 years. So we had to plan it over a long term, over 10 years, and of course it has to last for this amount of time. So the deflationary structure plus the 10-year plan plus the fact that we needed a big part of 35%, it's assigned to the Flovatar treasury, so that it's also part of the community. So we wanted to have a good amount to play with for the long time, for the 10-year and more, at least 10 years, but who knows where it was going to go. So with that in mind, that's why and of course, based on many more calculations, that's how we landed on the 500 million. And also, it's important to know that we distribute on a daily basis to the Flovatar owners just a little bit of those. So it's not that we release 500 million all together, but they're going to be released a little bit over time. And in this makes it so that it's going to be a stable and continuous flow of the token, and that will last enough for the future, for all the more utilities that will come, because we're planning to add more and more utilities over time, and not just for Flovatar, but for the whole ecosystem, because we have also Sportvatar, it's a side project we built recently, and all the rest, the FAB and the Asteroid Islands that we're developing, so many more things will use Dust token.
I knew I was forgetting something. I told you before the show I was making a list and there was too much to keep track of. So I haven't dove that much into Sportvatar. I do know Boss Man Mike, who I know is listening, when you guys came out with it, I believe you needed, I think, 2 Flovatars.
And you get one
to get a Sportvatar. Mike had an odd number or something, and I think he didn't want that, so I had to loan him out my Flovatar so he could get he could have that even number. But actually, on that note, I do, and before we do our first giveaway, I do want to share 2 things. One is having to do, and I'm going to share a screen, I think the user interface that you guys built, and I'm showing this for, if you're an active Flovatar user, you see this, this already. If not, this is new. But I think the user interface that you guys built is fantastic, especially with the addition of Dust. Actually, I didn't even claim yet today, so everyone can see in live time me claiming my Dust there. And you can send Dust to other users here.
Yes. As well.
Maybe we'll do a follow-up show and just give away a bunch of Dust or so. Yeah. Earl says loving the Dust Odyssey, and the Dust is Nick too. I don't. If that's an inside joke, I don't
know.
Just wanted to read that out loud. So yeah. Oh, I have my. That's probably why, because I have my shields up for this. So yeah, the user interface you guys created is fantastic. Oh, there we go. Just claimed. It's fantastic.
Nice.
And then the other thing I wanted to share, and this is more on the Flowty side, but I mentioned I rented out my Flovatar to Mike when he was minting the Sportvatar. What you guys designed when it comes to this Dust launch is right up our alley in terms of the power of your NFTs, because what you can do now on Flowty is rent out your Flovatar, or rent out your Flovatar, to gain some passive income. Or if you find someone who has a Flovatar for rent, you can go ahead and rent that and then claim that Dust. So, let's say you have 2 Flovatar and you rent out another. Now you have 3 to claim for Dust, even if it's for a short period of time. Yes, I'm going to switch over real quick. Apologies to Flowty. If you are unfamiliar with loans and rentals, remember, folks, Flowty is the only platform on the Flow blockchain you can do NFT loans and NFT rentals. Only one. But everything is very intuitive. If you go on Flowty and head to your profile, putting something up for rent is super easy. I have my guy right here up for rent, and just through this process, just taking you through this rental fee, $5, refundable deposit $150. So you pay $155 USD up front, and you get $150 back for 5 days of claiming Dust, if you want to do that there. So if you have awesome. If you have more questions about loaning or renting out, visit, we have like a rentals 101 video on YouTube. Hop in the Flowty Discord. I'm in the Flovatar Discord also, so we can help you out with that. But this is really like the power of collection and secondary marketplace coming together to empower users with their NFTs more than just here's my cool NFT.
Yeah. No, and I have to say, Floaty has been great, and it was one of the very first projects we integrated with. I think the very first one was probably Find with the name, and then Floaty was just the second one that we managed to integrate and collaborate with, and it has been great because I think it gives a whole new way of utilities, but also a new way to using your NFTs, and it's been great. The things you're doing is amazing. So big kudos to you all.
I appreciate it. I'll give the shout out to Mike. I've only been here for 4 months, so I'll take a small amount of credit. But yes, there's my awards show. I want to thank Mike and Austin and Trevor and let's do a giveaway real quick, shall we? So we are doing so we're giving away these 3 items, giving away backwards red cap, red headphones, and a rare boost. Quick story behind these 2. So when I was working at my other company, our colors were red, black, and gray. So hence me picking up the red hat and the red headphones because I wanted to make like a company Flovatar type thing. But we're giving them away now. So and like I said, it was a little difficult to come up with trivia because it's not a Top Shot moment. It's not, an NFL or NBA trivia. When did such and such get drafted? So we're just doing random trivia here, okay? And if you haven't done this before, here's how it works. I will be flashing a question up on the screen. First person to chime in the comment section with the correct answer gets the wins the prize. And so in this case, the first one we'll do is the backwards hat. And I always have to say, it's whoever appears first on my end. Sometimes if people are like submitting things split second, it may appear that you're submitting it first, but it's whatever comes in on my end first. Okay, just putting that out there. So trivia for the red baseball cap. We're going to start real easy. It's a red baseball cap, so let's go baseball. For the red baseball cap, who won the 2022 World Series? And this is hard for me because my team was on the losing end. Okay, this is how committed I am to the show. I was on the losing end.
Hard for me as well because I'm Italian and I don't know anything about baseball.
Okay. If I recall, actually, at the World Baseball Classic, I feel like Italy made a little noise in the World Baseball Classic this past summer. So we're looking who won the 2022. All right, Torque. Torque got it. The Astros. Again, that was painful for me. Torque, just get in touch with me. I'm pretty sure you know me on Twitter or on Flowty Discord. You get the red baseball cap. And again, that was hard for me because my Philadelphia Phillies were on the losing end of that. Yes. Do you have since we're on the topic, this is more personal. Are you a AC Milan fan? I mean, you're in Milan.
Yeah, I'm AC Milan fan, but I don't really follow football or soccer, however you want to call it, that much. I'm more like a motorhead. Let's say I love Formula One, Ferrari, everything motor racing in general.
Okay,
I love it.
So did you see? Because one of my favorite underrated movies of the last few years was the Ford versus Ferrari, where they focused a lot on the Italian racing company, and Ford comes in and thinks they can run the show. Someone Torque wants to know if you watch F1 racing.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Actually, this weekend there is a race as well. And another really good movie was the one with Rush with Nicky Lauda, James Hunt. That was a really good one. And they're about to shoot another one with famous actor Brad Pitt. They're actually doing a movie right now about Formula One, so it's gonna be really good, hopefully.
That's awesome. I don't get that much into racing, but oddly enough, racing movies and racing video games hit the spot for me more than others. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I just need to give it more of a try, especially Formula One. Especially Formula One. So moving on a little bit. I think we've answered a couple questions already, but I have two main questions when it comes to the ideation and execution of Flovatar. My first question is, why build on Flow? And then my second question is, why take the sort of build your own NFT approach, which was the right approach. You guys have built a Frankenstein's laboratory online, for NFTs. So why did you decide to build on Flow? And then I guess maybe how did the idea of build your own come to be?
Yeah, so I've been developing the web space, Web 2.0, even 1.0 back in the time, and I've been doing a lot of web development. And of course, in starting early 21, all the NFTs started making noises and caught my attention, and I was also getting bored a little bit of the repetitiveness of Web 2. And I wanted to do something in the Web3 space, and I started looking around and looking at obviously Solidity and many different solutions. And somehow, yes, I understood them, but they weren't really feeling right. They felt like they were using previous coding languages applied to a concept that is new, that needed something new and a different approach. And when I started learning about Cadence, I just fell in love with it, the approach, and how it's based on the resources, and how it also helps you as a developer not to shoot yourself in the foot, and to make sure that you're doing things right. And it just felt intuitive.
Right.
And the mindset of Cadence, I think, felt totally right. And especially for what I was trying to build, it felt the right thing, because, for example, building something like Flovatar on Ethereum would have been impossible with gas fees and all of that.
Yes.
And we store all the assets on chain. All the SVG are stored on chain. That would also been almost impossible on Ethereum, if not spending billions of dollars, probably.
Yeah.
So it definitely felt the right choice, and I'm super happy about it, because there is still a lot more to explore, to expand. But looking again in the 10, 20 years ahead, I'm sure that it will come out as one of the winning platforms where to build things.
Can you imagine getting all the components for a Flovatar, going into the lab, and then seeing a message that says, "Okay, great, you have to pay $150 in gas fees to put yours together."
To equip.
Yes, So Torque just won the baseball cap. If you're on Ethereum, you'd have to pay $25 to put the baseball cap on your Flovatar. Yeah,
I'm gonna buy a real one for
right.
$25.
And this is, this isn't an Ethereum versus Flow thing. I'm involved in several projects on Ethereum, but like you said, it just, with the unlimited combinations that you could have made, like, it would have been just impossible.
Yeah, exactly. And I think there is a space for both of them, but for what we were trying to build, and also thinking more mainstream. It felt definitely the right thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then the second part was the build your own NFT.
The very first project that obviously CryptoPunk was the first one that caught my attention, and the original idea I had was, okay, what if the pixels were actually layers that you could decide that you could put one on top of the other. And then from the pixels, I evolved into SVG, and I wanted to make something that was just different, that people wouldn't just buy pre-made, but they would be able to have a way
and not
to
random,
make it,
not hoping that you get a reveal of exactly what you want.
Exactly. So you could choose exactly and make something that speaks to you, that represents you, that you feel, that you could be proud of making it. And this was ultimately the goal and the concept. I like and I love Lego bricks. That's one of my favorite
Oh,
toys
yeah.
since forever. And so that idea of composing things and just providing the bricks and then allowing people to make them and put them together however they want, I really like that idea. And I wanted to apply it to the NFT space, and then it just came out a little bit like this.
That's a great analogy, Trevor. If you're watching, I want that clipped. I want that Lego bricks comment clipped and put on social. That's a great analogy. Yeah. And I'm trying to think. I mean, at least on Flow, there's nothing else really that's that where you're able to build other items. I know
there was Goated Goats that came after us,
right?
But
We know
I
how
don't
that
think
went.
it's active.
Right?
It's not active anymore. And I think that after us, actually one project that not on Flow, but that really exploded, and it has a really similar concept to ours in the sense that it's also using SVG. It's the Reddit one. Reddit made the NFTs, and also you can somehow customize it and do it. And it came after us after 1 year. Obviously, they have a huge
user
amount
base.
of users, user base, and all of that. But it's nice to see that the same concept worked, and so many people are enjoying it.
When you guys rolled it out, was there any major issues that you encountered either from smart contract or just in development or anything?
No, I think I actually Flovatar was the second project that I built because I made another one just to get used to the Cadence language. And obviously the Flovatar one was a bit more complicated, so it took a bit more time to develop it, to understand it, how it could work. At that time, you had to go through the review process, so not anyone could deploy a smart contract on the Flow blockchain. They had to review it. So that was a bit
it is
intense phase because you wanted to release it, but you were waiting for the review process to finish. And then you were,
we know Dapper sometimes has a queue of things requests and items.
But in the end it went smoothly, and it was just great.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. I was just imagining like thousands of people at the same time trying to assign their sparks and boosts and everything. But from what I can recall, I've never had any issues either purchasing or building my Flovatar or anything like that. So
awesome.
let's do another giveaway while we're at it. I know we trying to keep it to like 40-45 minutes, so we're getting close to there. Again, if you're just tuning in, baseball cap is already taken. Torque, congrats again. Just reach out, message me. Next up, we're going to give away a pair of red headphones. And again, I'm going to flash a question on the screen, and first one to respond with the correct answer and from what I see wins the NFT. Let's take a guess. Hopefully you can guess if the baseball hat the trivia question had to do with baseball. I'm hoping people can anticipate what this question might be. If we're talking about red headphones, it has to be music related. So for the red headphones, who has won the most Grammy Awards ever? Again, first correct answer that I see in the comments, and it's only by one. It's recent, and it's only by one. Yes, Flovatar, get your buzzers ready. Who has won the most Grammys all time? It's a close one, and it's recent. And when you see the answer, everyone's gonna go like, "Oh yeah, obviously, yeah." So I'm just waiting for everyone to log on to Wikipedia right now and
Googling.
Google. Exactly.
Who's the fastest Googler now?
Who is the most Grammys? Who is the? I'm sorry for the people who are watching this on mobile who then have to get out of the YouTube app, go onto Google or Safari or anything. So again, for the red headphones, who has won the most Grammys? No, not yet. Good guesses. So Taylor Swift and Dolly. I think Al means Dolly Parton. Just most Grammy wins. I just want to make sure I have. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Just want to make sure I have. There we go. Joshua with the right answer. Beyonce.
Nice.
Beyonce has 32 trophies to her name. Which interestingly, in second place with 31 is an orchestra conductor, an opera conductor. Had no idea. But that's awesome. So Joshua, congrats. You are the winner of the Red Headphones Flovatar component. Reach out to me on Twitter. Oops. If you like it, put a ring on it. Reach out to me on Twitter, Joshua, at We Go Live in 5, or you can just hop into the Flowty Discord. You can find me, or the Flovatar Discord, find me in a number of different places. So so that's awesome. And we'll still have the boost to give away. Couple other things that I just wanted to discuss. I was hoping you can talk a little bit about the community, how it's grown, over the last year or so. I do want to know if you have like a favorite trait, like a favorite Flovatar trait. Because I know there are ones that I missed or that I don't know about. Sometimes I'm trying to come up with a tweet for Flowty, like trait of the day, etc. And I'll come across, I had no idea this trait existed. So, but first, can you talk a little bit about the community? I guess maybe what makes the community unique, and I guess how it's grown over the last year or so, or year or two.
Yeah, it's been great to see how it evolved over time, and of course there is a core group of people that has been really, really active, and the people came and joined along the way, but ultimately many of them were since the sorry for the noise.
No, you're good. It's not bad.
They're since day one, and it's nice that also to see how they keep having fun by minting new Flovatars every now and then, making new midnights, and they make like the new series of Flovatar based on I don't know, random things that happen.
Yeah.
And it's nice also how the community is also taking over and deciding also what new flow bits are coming out. We asked the community how the new flow bits they wanted, and we made it for them. And our goal is also to eventually, now with the Flovatar council that we are about to release and to announce, so that they will be able to be responsible for the treasury, that the dust treasury and all the rest. So the goal is ultimately to become a DAO, and of course it's not something that you can do easily, and it's something that you have to build over time, step by step. But all the community has taken more and more responsibility, and it's really nice that all the community reps are coming from our community that made the Flovatar. So that is something I really, really love and like. And I hope that it's gonna continue in this way, and that one day, it will be a really proper DAO where it's gonna be autonomous, and it will walk with its own legs. And I don't want to be the dictator forever. It's good for starting a new project, but then over time, I think it's good to gradually move to a more democratic and decentralized structure.
Absolutely. Well, the community seems pretty understanding and patient. I mean, launching something like a DAO on the scale you guys did, it's not just the planning and implementation. Now, nowadays we have to worry about legality thing, everything like that. It seems like the community is really tuned in and knowledgeable.
And we are relying also on many tools that also Jacob and the Emerald team have been building, that are great. And we hope that many more will come, because we really need on the Flow blockchain more tools for voting, because we are using now the Cast voting platform. But to be honest, it's not the best one. We can have better ones. And I hope with tokens now, now that especially we release the Dust token, we will be able to use that for the voting system. And over time, as more tools and more platforms will grow and evolve, we will be able to use them as well. So
I think that's one of my favorite things about the Flow blockchain is that since it is so young, there's still so many tools that have yet to be released that people are working on behind the scenes and don't know about because they're just doing it behind the scenes, and that there's still just a lot more to be done and a lot more room for growth. We're at Flowty, we're always trying to think of things that haven't a lot of things that haven't been done yet that the user wants. You can take some inspiration from other blockchains, from Ethereum, and see various things. We try to stay on top of Blur.io since they're a lending platform on Ethereum. But yeah, just trying to come up with new items that haven't been seen on Flow so far. Because there's a lot to do.
Nice.
Yeah. So do you?
And then my favorite trait.
Yes.
That's hard, but probably the laser eyes. I like them because it was a bit of love-hate because they are so really cool because they're animated. You actually see the laser coming out and making a spark and all of that. But at the same time, they cause so much problem because when you have to mix them with other traits and other things, they overlap, they go through
get in the way.
And you have to think how to make them work with other things. So there was a lot of.
So is it your favorite because it was the biggest pain in the ass to make?
It's like some kind of something like that.
No, that's good to know. I will say. When Flovatar first launched, one of the first thoughts that came into my mind was a design your own Stewie Griffin type thing, because the character of Stewie, because it has the same head shape. And I found when I tried to do, like, people were slowly releasing the avatars the Flovatars that they created. And I would try to find like comparable Stewie Griffin, like pictured like side by side of Stewie and the Flovatar, but I ran out because there's way too many Flovatar combinations to imagine, and everything is far more unique than Family Guy. Yeah. All right, let's do our final giveaway, and then we can head out here. It's been awesome. It's been awesome chatting and just learning a little bit more about. I may ask at the end, if the community or users, if we should hang tight on any upcoming news or whatnot. But if you're keeping it close to the vest, that's okay too. So, so we're going again. We gave away the baseball cap, Torque Penderloin. You got that, Joshua. You got the red headphones. Remember to contact me, and I will send that over. Now for the big boy, the rare boost. And I was trying to rack my brain about like what trivia question would this be related to. I originally actually was gonna ask the author of Frankenstein because sort of. The spark making everything together. I don't know how many literature heads are out there. Interestingly enough, my background is in literature, like my master's degree is in literature. Yet here I am doing Web3 marketing and production for Flowty. But on to the topic for the rare boost. In what year did Thomas Edison first patent the light bulb? He had two of them. He had one patent, and then the following year he followed it up. So. In what year did Thomas Edison? You see, I went from easy. Who won the World Series? Yes, Jen did get the unofficial question of who wrote Frankenstein. Mary Shelley. Yes, and that's also I teach Gothic horror and Gothic fiction, so we do Frankenstein also there. But yeah, what year did Thomas Edison first patent the light bulb? Winner gets first one to respond correctly gets a rare boost. Alan through Trey got it. Alan, you were right there, but Trey got it 1879. So he filed his first patent for the bulb in 1879, and then had to make an adjustment and filed that up in 1880. So Trey,
and did you know?
Yes,
that actually he didn't really actually, at least from what I know, that he didn't actually invented it, the light bulb, but he patented it. But many people before him actually came up with the idea, but he was the first one to actually.
Yeah, I feel like people, didn't have a. I'm trying to think. Yeah, did he steal the idea from Nikolai Tesla, I think.
Yeah,
That's
Tesla was definitely
yeah.
one.
It's,
and also he had with Marconi, an Italian
Marconi.
one.
That's right.
With
That's right.
the radio.
The
So yeah,
gramophone.
he was
Yeah.
a smart businessman. Edison.
You have to have the Edison knew without the paperwork, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You got to have the paperwork. The proof is in the patent pudding there. So
yes.
But yeah, Trey, congrats on that win, 1879. You get the rare booster, so just hit me up again on Twitter at We Go Live in 5. In Discord, I think I'm just at I think I'm just this in Discord. I'm just changing. I think I'm just Ben Kukanis in Discord. I think that's my username. So, yeah, that's it. That's all we got. It's been awesome chatting with you, Luca. It really has. I told you I'll hit you up when I cross the pond and head over to the Mediterranean. But did you have any closing thoughts for the viewers watching?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a really busy summer. It's always busy on Flovatar World.
Yes.
We've been releasing the Dust Odyssey. We released the Dust token, and we are working very actively on the pub, the Flovatar Universe Builder, that will be the tool that will allow you to make your own NFT series that people can make just like a Flovatar. Right. So that has been in the works for a little bit, and we're gonna be releasing more info on that soon. And also the Asteroid Island, that will be part of our world, where you can put your collections, and you can put all your Flovatars, Sportvatar, Psyche-Likey, Flowbot, and all the things we've been doing. And then we have the Sportvatar sale that might come up a little bit sooner. We were thinking originally September, but perhaps also August might be a good time for releasing them, since the Football League in Italy and Spain especially are going to start a bit sooner. So keep an eye on those as well, because yeah.
Well, hey, if you want to hop on for a follow-up show when the Sportvatar gets released, we'll be here for it.
Awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah. But a big thanks to you, Luca, and certainly a huge thanks to everyone who's watching, everyone who supports both Flovatar and Flowty. Please go ahead and like this show. Subscribe to the Flowty YouTube channel. Everything from collection spotlights to community roundtables, user tutorials, anything like that. We're slowly building out this Flowty brand of content, be it video, multimedia, and obviously our newsletter. Which just released. And Flovatar, yes, thank you so much for tuning in. But yeah, we're gonna sign off. Thanks everyone again for tuning in. Luca, I'm sure we will follow up with plenty of discussion in Discord. Yes. As things slowly roll out, we are here to help. If you are looking to shop Flovatar, whether it be for purchase, rentals, loans, the link to the Flovatar collection on Flowty is in the description box, so go ahead and check that out. Remember, you can rent out your Flovatar, or you can rent Flovatars and start claiming that extra dust daily if you want, just putting more hands in the power of everyone. So for Luca, I'm Ben. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you next time on Flowty Live.
Thank you. Bye.